How's it, Aloha gang? Welcome back to High Now Daily. Joining us now is Ululia Woodside-Lee, as well as Madeline McKeag from the Council for Native Hawaiian Advancement, as well as the Nature Conservancy. Very happy to have you both on the show today. Aloha.
Aloha.
Welcome in. Okay, so I do want to talk about starting off with the ʻāina Now Coalition.
Yes.
Ululia, what is that all about?
Yeah, Care for ʻāina Now Coalition, both Maddie and I, Council for Native Hawaiian Advancement, the Nature Conservancy are members of Care for ʻāina Now Coalition. It's an organization of many members, including the Trust for Public Land, Kupu, Kua'aina Uluwauamo, that have gotten together and are advocating for an environmental stewardship fee paid for by visitors that would help us close our $560 million funding gap annually to care for our natural resources. Care for our ʻāina, which we know is a lifeline for our residents, and it's also the #1 attractor for our visitors that come to Hawaii. And what we've learned in recent polling is that most visitors are willing to pay $25 to $50 in order to help protect our natural resources.
Why the heck not? And you mentioned as well, that's over a $500 million
funding gap a year.
Has that grown over the years? Has it always been kind of that amount?
Great point. Pay now, pay later. What we are noticing in our communities is that we have about over 50% of our native forest. We've lost that forest cover, 70% coral cover loss in the ocean. What we are also noticing is increased fires, increased flooding, increased storms. So we can either pay now or we can pay later. So we can invest in our community through an environmental stewardship fee paid for by our 10 million visitors a year to help create a durable, sustainable funding source to help support community-based conservation, large-scale conservation, wildfire prevention, coastal protection, to help us just care for our ʻāina.
Madeline, currently, what are we looking at poll numbers-wise? What's the data?
Great question. So we know that 97% of Hawaii residents understand it's our responsibility to malama ʻāina, to care for the land. But we also now know that that responsibility is shared by visitors. About 75% of visitors feel like they are willing to pay to care for the land that they are enjoying. And that number is actually increased among repeat visitors. They just know that they can't stay around long enough to care for the land like we can. And so residents and visitors alike know that an environmental stewardship fee is the answer to closing that funding gap and making it an enjoyable place for everybody.
There's an interesting data point, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Madeline, but a quarter of the folks that visit Hawaii would be more interested in visiting Hawaii if they knew that they could contribute and would pay a fee. So we actually do have visitors that it would be an enticement for them to be able to come and to do their part to help care for ʻāina now.
Absolutely. What do people need to do right now who are stepping into this? How do they kokua this effort and be advocates?
Great question. So there's a number of bills going through the legislature right now, and it's important for you to let your legislator know, call your representative, call your senator, and tell them that you are supportive of these bills and that you also want to care for ʻāina now and make sure that money goes into environmental stewardship.
We were talking a little bit earlier as well, like how immediate could this impact be? If we get what we need from the House side, the Senate side, how fast could we see something happen?
What's really important is our community groups are ready to go. They're on the ground. We've been working with agencies like the Department of Land and Natural Resources and others that steward ʻāina to ensure that there's mechanisms that are in place to enable us to move this forward. So we are really optimistic, and we hope that if we are able to be a partner with our legislature to see an environmental stewardship go forward, continue to partner with our visitor industry, that we'll be able to put this into place as soon as possible and see on the ground our ability to actually care for ʻāina.
And how do people get more information about the coalition in terms of what resource is best?
Yeah, so you can visit careforainanow.org. You can learn more about the different coalition members. You can sign up for a newsletter and get action alerts so you know exactly when and where it is most valuable to let your representative know that this is something important to you.
Got it. Mahalo nui to the both of you for being here today. And again, for more information, we'll have it posted at highnowdaily.com. We'll be right back.